Hi guys, how are you? My name is Amanda with Simply Mason Art, and I have a quick little trick on how to revive brushes that you have left paint in or decoupage glue in that are like, you can't even bend them, and you're like, I'm gonna have to throw this brush away. No, you don't have to throw this brush away, and I'm going to show you how to save this brush and revive it. And so let's get started. So all you need, paper towel, your crusty brushes, and some hand sanitizer. We all have hand sanitizer after, COVID, right? Probably sitting around. All you do is you take your crusty brush, you dip it in it, and you work that hand sanitizer into the bristles of your brush. And then you just take it and you want to just work it in those bristles really good. And you're going to start to get out crud. You can see, look at that crud that's coming out of my brush, right? Then you just take your finger and you continue to work it in that hand sanitizer. So we took a brush. Who knows how long this paint had been left in this brush? I can't tell you how long it's been left in there. It's been left in there for a long time. It's a crusty brush. And in just a matter of a few seconds, so if you have your teenagers who grab your brushes for their art projects and don't clean them as well, or I don't know, life gets busy, right? And you're like, a brush gets left out, and the paint hardens, and then you're like, I have ruined a really good artist brush. Or maybe it's not a great artist brush. Maybe it's just a nice brush, doesn't have to be an expensive brush. But you can see now how that brush went from not even being able to move the bristles at all to a brush that we can now wash, dry, and paint anything we want to paint with them. It has totally revived that brush. And so we want to just put it in my water, rinse that off, and we're just going to give it another little bath. And you can see how the bristles have gone back. They're nice fine line. And it's ready to do anything we want to do. We can take another little paper towel, put down just a little bit more. Make sure we've gotten all that dark out of there. And that brush is ready to go again, just like it was brand new. I'll make sure you don't have any left. You might need to do it a couple times, but it's going to pull all of that paint that was left in this brush or whatever mediums you have used. I tend to use like decoupage glue, and so some of these are stiff with decoupage glue. And let's see what kind of luck we have with these. It doesn't matter that has that dark in it, whatever it is, that paint in there. We still want to do the exact same thing. Just work these bristles back and forth until you work that hand sanitizer. And sometimes you just have to go and just put a little bit like right on the area and work it in with your fingers. Notice I'm rubbing kind of one direction. I'm not pulling back. I don't want to pull my bristles backwards. And so I can kind of go in and just kind of separate a little bit. Make sure I'm working that down in there. I think this one I used for a decoupage medium glue. So this has got like glue in it. but you can start to see it breaking up and my brush coming back to life. And so then we're just going to keep working in. I got a little piece of paper. And I can save my brushes from having to be thrown away just by using hand sanitizer and working it in those bristles to break up whatever is in there that's hard. And so you may want to just, set aside and leave it in there for a minute just to do its magic. Sometimes it's just kind of like soaking, you have to let it soak for a minute. But you can come back to it. I've started this video and then had a little power failure from a storm. And so I was like, well, I can finish it. And you can see we're getting out gunk. And we're reviving these old crusty brushes that you thought you would have to just throw right away. But nope, you don't have to throw them away. You can save your brushes with hand sanitizer. You can see our brush that we couldn't even separate. We can now separate, and we can now just work with it. We'll wash this brush. We'll use a little Dawn. I use a little Dawn dishwashing detergent on them also. When I'm done with this, just to make sure you've washed out any of those oils. And then you can put a little bit of a lanolin or a little bit of oil. Just coat them a little bit, just so your bristles don't get so brittle and, just a little teeny tiny bit is all you need. To just keep them nice and flexible. We'll come back to this one and see, like, leaving it in if we can get a little bit more. Let's see this one. This one's a hard one too. I think these are the ones that the glue was in. I tend to use old crusty brushes for my glue. Well, you can no longer have to worry about crusty brushes, because you can revive every crusty brush you've ever used with a little bit of hand sanitizer and just a little bit of cleaning, and you will have back to new brushes again. And so anyway, I just thought I'd share that little tip. If this helped you, hit that subscribe button and come on and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And anyway, sign up on my email on my website. Y'all have a great day. Bye.